Welcome to Delaware for the running of the MB&A Platinum 400 at Dover International Speedway. Now, Barney, this is one of the tougher tracks that we come to. Why is that?
Oh, yeah, the Monster Mile. This 1 mile oval may look easy, but boy, let me tell you, it's a lot harder than it looks. These big corners are absolute torture on the body, and fighting to keep your car off the walls requires total concentration from these drivers.
The Coca-Cola car will start this race a little farther back than he's used to.
You're right, it's going to be tough for him. You get so used to starting up front, and then you have an off week and you have to start towards the back. Then when race day comes, you feel like you passed 1,000 cars at the end. And worse yet, sometimes you never make it to the front.
Michael Waltrip joined DEI at the start of the 2001 season and got a win in his very first race for his new team.
He followed that up with some very impressive runs at the restrictor plate tracks. He's always had a knack for drafting, and with top-notch equipment, you'll be sure to see him up near the front.
Something a little out of the ordinary in this one for Todd Bodine.
You know, I spoke with the guys from that team in the garage this morning, and they said they tried something a little different in qualifying this week. They learned their lesson, though. Stick with what works, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Start your engines.
Hello everybody and welcome back to NASCAR Thunder 2003 Career Mode. We're at Dover, one of my least favorite tracks to race at, especially in this game. Green flag is out, P31, our starting position. It's gonna be a long race, I have a feeling. I think last year we pretty much destroyed our car in this race. So we make contact there with Michael Waltrip already here, down to P32. As we're gonna have a long way to go if we want another decent finish in this race. But like I said, Dover, just not one of the tracks I've ever really been able to get my head around. I was actually relatively decent at it in the NASCAR The Game series, but that's been about it. I don't even think I ever attempted a race at Dover on iRacing, just because I don't like driving here that much. But out of turn 4 there, not made any progress really so far. Gonna dive it down the inside, make contact with the 10. Whoa, Jeff Gordon. Second race in a row, Jeff Gordon has gotten loose. So it did create a bit of conundrum for us. Went below the apron, had to make some contact with cars as, man, our car is tight in the early running here. So work our way back down to maybe the inside of the 19, not so much. Try off the corner, but not so. And here comes Johnny Benson trying to get back on us here. It's Kevin Harvick looking to our outside. Another 40-lap race here. Distance-wise, of course, it is shorter than the previous race, as that was off of a 600-mile race. This one off of a 400? I believe it's 400. Kevin Harvick going around us on the outside. Gonna have to make huge changes. Sorry, Kevin.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Why are you always picking on me? I mean, who am I, Charlie Brown?
I swear, Kevin, and it's a shame because Kevin Harvick, if you didn't know, is my favorite driver, but I am pretty sure he would hate my guts if this was real life. I think he would come up right behind me and take me out right now because, God, the amount of times we have made contact with Kevin Harvick this season, by pure accident, it's just incredible. I'll tell you what, this car is a handful right now. It is incredibly tight. Gonna have to make some wholesale changes when we get to the pit stop. So Kevin's going to get underneath us there and take the position. Tell you what, it's a good thing we've built up a bit of prestige and happiness with our sponsors because they are not going to be happy with us after this one. If you missed the previous video, be sure to go check that one out. We were in the Coca-Cola 600, which started off so promising for us, but ended so disastrously after quite a few things happened. So now the 23's gotten past us. 31 trying to take a look. I need to try to figure out how early we can pit and make it to the end, because we are going to need to do that, because pit road cannot come soon enough for us. We're back onto the bumper of the 23 here, but not really able to do anything or get past him here, simply because the car shoots up the track anytime we try to leave the bottom or just try to put the accelerator down too soon. Gonna get underneath him here, make a bit of contact. Nothing there, but at least we're sticking with him. It could be worse here. Tell you what though, I would absolutely love a caution right now, EA Sports, if you could hear me, if the game's listening. To get out of the throttle there, and we still made contact with the 23. I thought I had let out of the throttle enough to try to avoid contact, but not so. Go flying up the track. Tires already starting to wear here, as we just need to try to make it to the pit stop. I have no idea how, but somehow we have caught up to Steve Park, and by we I mean this pack that I'm racing with. Gotten into a relatively decent groove with the car where I can keep it on the bottom, but it's slow, as you can imagine. You see the leaders are catching. I haven't had to worry about being lapped really this season. However, we might in this race, as it looks like pit stops might be starting. I'm a little hesitant to come down pit road this lap though, simply because of how close we were on fuel last time. Pit road's not too busy. We'll maybe come down this time. Just trying to avoid a similar incident as what happened last week at Lowe's Motor Speedway with Dale Jr. Looks like we might be okay here. Gonna bring her down pit road. Make some wholesale changes here to try to loosen this car up. Well, I'll consider that pit stop a success, even though it seemed a little slow, simply because we came out right in front of the guys we were racing with. So to me, that's a victory. Hopefully the car is loosened up, not too loose. Whoa, Steve Park trying to get underneath us there by any means necessary during the pit cycle here as we approach the halfway mark. Well, I guess we would be halfway now. We're 2 laps down. Can't remember. I believe these are guys we were racing with. Whoa, they cut off Steve Park there. Slow him down quite a lot. Jimmy Spencer a bit slow here on the backstretch as he comes down for his pit. So Robbie Gordon did get ahead of us by undercutting the stop there. That doesn't necessarily surprise me. I believe Terry Labonte as well. So overall, I'm not going to complain too much about those pit stops. That was pretty decent. And I'll tell you what, at least for now, the car is handling much better. We'll see how it is as the run continues, but the caution is out. Not sure what happened, but this does mean, I believe, we're now going to be trapped a lap down, unless I'm mistaken. Whoa, car on fire. 22 ran right into the back of the 49 for some reason. Ward, I can't really defend you on that. Not sure what to say there, buddy. I think the game is broken. I think it is very, very broken. We are, for some reason, in P2, now P3, as the 21 gets past us. I can guarantee you this isn't right. I was a lap down. How in the hell did I get to P2? Is it because we passed the leader as he was coming out of the pits for some reason? I don't understand what happened, but me and the people I was racing with are now at the front of the pack. I mean, I'm not complaining, I'll take it, but this is a new one. And you can see just how much slower we are than the rest of the pack, because look at how far in front Dale Jarrett is of the rest of us. But if anybody could let me know in the comments below their theory as to what the hell is happening, that would be appreciated, because we may have just cheesed ourselves into a really decent finishing position. And you can see we're having a hard time getting past this lap traffic. This is the pace of our car this weekend, and for some reason we're now P2. Well, Dale Jarrett's just pretty much locked up an easy victory because he is miles ahead. I'm just going to take care of the car here. And don't get me wrong, these improvements helped a ton. The car is a lot more drivable and movable, but we're still very slow here. And I just guess we got to hope that the faster cars don't make their way through traffic very fast. I have no idea how this affected the entirety of the field, as there's the tightness. Allows the 23 to get underneath. I do see cars like the 6 approaching, so we very well could lose quite a few positions, but we're going to do what we can here to stay out in front. We're right with the 23 still. Let's look at Dale Jarrett already onto the front stretch, miles ahead of the competition. So a very, very bad scoring error from NASCAR in this race has put a bunch of lapped cars at the front of the pack. It's kind of like a North Wilkesboro situation from way back in the day, but like I said, I'll take it, because this will really improve where we finish, because I was pretty sure we were about to finish P30 at the most, so we might be able to cheese our way into a top 20, if we're lucky, maybe even a top 10, because these guys are coming. Here comes Tony Stewart. I see Ricky Rudd and Mark Martin. But really, that's about it. I'm not going to fight these guys too much, because we have no right being up here. I am going to fight the 23, of course, because that's where we have been pace-wise. But, you know, I'll block the 20 as long as I can here. Actually, us running the 23, running with us here side by side, it's the best thing that can happen, because we're keeping these guys behind us. See the 20, 28, 2, 6. So quite a few guys are making their way up here, but not a ton, so we could still get a really decent finishing position out of this. Is now the 20 and the 6 going to try to both get past us here. Now multiple lanes. Whoop, sorry there, Wimmer. So now we hold off Mark Martin on the inside lane. Coming up to 5 laps to go here in what is the strangest battle for second place you'll ever see. Car starting to not drive well. Although now I know for when we come back to Dover, I need to do some practice and really work on a setup, because car drove so bad in that first run. This is much better, but still nowhere near a decent pace. I mean, you can tell by just how far out in front Dale Jarrett is. I'm not trying to not clear the 23. I just can't. But again, it's helping us tremendously as Dale Jarrett already coming out of turn 4. It's like the entire pack is here. Oh no, Scott Wimmer clears us, which allows Mark Martin to get past us as well. So Tony, we're just going to chop his nose off there. Hold on to the position for now. A bunch of drivers behind us. I think it says a lot about the fact they can't get past us here. To get on the brakes there towards the exit of the corner, which again does not allow us to clear the 23. Mark Martin looking on the high side here. We get a better run there. Side by side with the 23. 2 laps to go from Dover.
White flag, next time by. You're clear.
I cannot believe that this has happened. we could possibly cheese our way into a podium here. Coming to the white flag, an easy second win in a row for Dale Jarrett. Whoa, I think the 6 got into the back of the 23 there. White flag is out here at Dover as Tony Stewart desperately trying to make a move to get past. We do clear the 23 there just the tiniest bit. Now we're going to have to deal with Mark Martin. Just hold the inside, and they won't be able to get there. Hold off the 23, and we are going to come home second. We somehow just stole second place at Dover. What the hell?
There were only a few lead changes.
Yeah, I guarantee you there's at least 35 or 40 other drivers who wish they had seen the lead.
This is Joe Moore for Barney Hall saying thanks for joining us for today's NASCAR Winston Cup race. We'll see you next week at Pocono.
As the saying goes, I'd rather be lucky than good, and wow, were we lucky at Dover. Taking a quick look at the standings, that P2 keeps us in a nice P13 here, ahead of Matt Kenseth. We're closing in on Kevin Harvick, and Dale Jarrett gets that gap to under 200 points to Dale Jr., as he now has 3 wins on the season to Dale Jr.'s 4. So, Pocono up next. Hopefully we have some decent horsepower for that track. And who knows, maybe we can get lucky again, and the game can give us another gift. So, if you enjoyed that video, leave a like, subscribe for more NASCAR Thunder 2003 content and a whole bunch of other racing content. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!